Welcome back, everybody, to the Search Show 24/7. This is season 2, episode 16 of Arrow, entitled Suicide Squad. So let's get right into it. Alright, guys, Suicide Squad. And this is another one of those episodes where we heard that it was coming. We got some pictures and stuff about it, and like a little snippet video, and it got everybody buzzing. And it was just super exciting for everybody to get to this point and have like that whole Diggle kind of centric episode, because I like those type of episodes where they don't focus on the main character, and they focus on like a secondary character like Felicity, like Laurel, or like Diggle, just people like that, because it shows like if they can do that, if they can focus on like a secondary character and that episode's good, then it shows that the show and the writing of the show is excellent, and that it doesn't depend on its main character. And that's what this episode showed today, that even though I love Oliver and Stephen Amell and stuff like that, it still shows that the secondary characters can hold their own in their own episode. And this episode was really, really good. You had Diggle teaming up with Deadshot, and just that whole banter between them, and that whole back and forth because of their like past and stuff, which is really interesting to see, and kind of see them bond a little bit more, and just see a different side of a Deadshot that we didn't see before. Was really, really it was actually amazing just to see that different side, and how he was relating with the Diggle, and just being in the situation that they were in, how they got to actually come together, like put their differences aside, and just get the job done. So that was really, really cool. Now this episode really has to do with Diggle getting basically recruited to Amanda Waller's new team. Basically, it's like a covert ops team, to where they're supposed to do like some intel, get some information from a guy that Diggle knew from his past during the war and stuff, when he was like, I guess, in Afghanistan or something like that. So he actually gets put on what we call a suicide squad. Now, what a suicide squad is just basically a squad that's expendable. That that you don't put too much chips into that squad. You don't put too much hope. You just have them to do a job. If they fail, they fail. If they die, they die. Like, they're just that expendable, and that's what a suicide squad is. So I like the way they put that and wove that into the storyline to fit in with the comics. So that was cool. The only thing I didn't really like about it is like some of the members, they didn't really have too much to do. Like Bronze Tiger and the other guy that like died like 5 minutes after he was introduced. They didn't have too much to do. So I would have liked to see Bronze Tiger get a little bit more of screen time, and just show his presence a little bit more. But this episode was really focused on Diggle and Deadshot's chemistry and their relationship. So I can understand that. So maybe they'll be brought back, and maybe Bronze Tiger will actually have more to do. So that'll be interesting. And like what we really have, what I think what probably most of everybody watching this episode actually tuned in for, was to see that cameo that we saw we saw like some pictures of it. We saw like a snippet and a video of Harley Quinn, and everyone's like, oh, I think that's Harley Quinn. I think that's Harley Quinn. And you get the voiceover and stuff like that, and that was really cool. That was really interesting. I don't know if it was just like a little Easter egg like cameo, just to tease the fans. They might not actually ever put her in Arrow, and that's the scary part, because now that you tease me, now I need to see it. You know what I mean? Because then it'll be I think the first live action version of Harley Quinn, and they got the voice down. I'm pretty sure, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure the person who did the voice acting, or just the voiceover of her voice, was Tara Strong, who did like the animated, or I don't even think she did animated series. She might have did some of the animated series, but I know she did like the video games and stuff like that. But they probably just did the voiceover because they don't actually have like the actress actually cast. They probably just had like a little stunt double, put on makeup. That's why you don't see her face or anything. And then they probably had Tara Strong just voice over. But it was still awesome to hear and kind of visually see how she could look from the back. So that was really cool. And like I say, it just had me excited. And they might not even put her in this series. That might just been the one and only time you actually see her. But hopefully it's not, because now I'm super interested. Now we get to Oliver and his issues in this episode. And what I'm liking about Oliver this season is he's showing a lot more, you know, desperation, a lot more emotions. Like last season, he didn't show a lot of emotion. This, he's putting a lot of his emotions out on front, and you can tell that things are bothering him and things are becoming harder for him. And you know, with the inclusion of like Slade Wilson back, he's becoming more desperate because he understands like the threat that Slade actually brings to the table. So he's trying his best to just you know execute that situation as quick as possible. And he's kind of freaking out about it, and he's not really sure if he can do it. He knows the fact that Slade's like in his head, so he wants to push like Sarah and everybody away. But you know, he quickly understands that he can't really push these people away, because even if he pushes like Sarah away, Slade can still kill her. So it's probably best if she stays as close to Oliver as possible. And Sarah's too strong of a character to actually just leave Oliver in this type of situation. So I like that they put that in there for her. It's like, yo, I know you're scared of stuff, but I'm not going to leave you just because you want me to, and just because you think it might be safe, because it's not safe. We work better together. So I like that. And like I said, I like the fact that Oliver has been doubting himself, and he really understands the fact that Slade right now is really getting in his head and really a real intimidating foe to him. So I like to see that really play out, and we get to see a little shot of Deathstroke in the full costume and stuff. And like I said before, I love the new costume. I think it looks way better than the first, especially the mask. It looks a lot more of an assassin and, you know, a real killer, and it just looks a lot more stealth and stuff. I think the first one was a little bit too bulky and stuff, so I'm liking it. We get some great stuff with Amanda Waller. What I'm liking about Amanda Waller is like you see in this episode that she will do anything possible to get the information, and that's why she had the Suicide Squad. And she doesn't really care about other people. She just cares about her own main goal, and her getting her stuff together. So I like the fact that they kind of play up on that a lot with Amanda Waller. So I'm really enjoying like these episodes and stuff. It's really good. This season has not been disappointing at all. Great introduction to the Suicide Squad. I think next week is Birds of Prey, so hopefully they do that justice. We got a great cameo for Harley Quinn, which gets us excited. So what do you guys think about this episode? If I forgot something, forgive me. So please like this video, comment, subscribe, tell me what you thought, and as always, this is the Cirque Show 24/7. Be easy.